Tell me who you're with.
Should we just start?
Yeah,
Okay.
start right over there.
Target the you or the camera. My name's Andrew Campanelli. I play drums with the Revivalists. It's actually coming real quick.
I'm George Geekus. I play bass with the Revivalists.
Alright.
My name's Michael Gerardo, and I play keyboards and trumpet with the Revivalists.
So, you guys just released a new album.
Yes.
Do you want to tell me a little bit about it?
Yes, it's right here. It's right here. It's called Men Amongst Mountains, and we worked really hard on it, and it sounds really good.
Yeah, about how long did you guys spend in the studio putting this one together?
We did 3 different sessions for the record.
For a year and a half.
Over a year and a half. Yeah, we did about 8 days and did the bulk of the record in the first
Called Studio in the Country.
Yeah.
And then we went to Esplanade Studios in New Orleans, and
Which is converted church.
yeah,
Beautiful spot.
and then we finished up at
It's the living room, which
That's
is
it.
also another gorgeous but
Yeah.
much smaller converted
3
church.
very completely different locations and settings, and a lot of different gear options. But we made a great album at all
Yeah.
the places. Everybody enjoyed being there. We had a great time performing there. And
So,
go
like,
back.
was the fact that you guys recorded it in 3 different studios part of the fact that you're like a touring band and you're on the
Yeah.
road so much?
Yeah,
Sure.
yeah.
It was pretty much scheduling. It was like, I was like, shoot, we have, 2
Lots
weeks.
of time here and there to fill.
It's like, oh, finally, we have 2 weeks. We can go in and record our record. And so we record, and we're like, all right, we have some more stuff to do. When's the next time we can do it? It's like,
8 months.
8 months from now. So, we
That's right,
have
it's
a
a
really
year.
hefty touring schedule, and so, it's hard to it's hard to record, fit that in.
Yeah.
But the lifeblood of the music industry right now is touring, so you have to stay on the touring.
Merch,
So we
tour.
kind of fit it in between the touring schedule, but
Yeah.
it ended up coming out really great. Ben Ellman, who produced the record, helped us keep everything consistent, and tie everything together. And we even record some new songs like at each. There are some songs that have recorded only at each studio.
And you can't tell. It's all cohesive.
Do you think it kind of like benefited you having like 3 different studios to work with because you had like 3 guys to bounce those
In
ideas
terms
off
of
of?
getting off the road at the time, it's really nice to get in that kind of routine and setting. But I think overall we probably like 2 months, bam, go somewhere, knock it out and do it. But given the circumstances, it's great to be able to do that and sleep in your own bed to where it's got that 9 to 5 feel where you show up to the studio, you're there all day, you crush it, you do what you got to do, then you go home to your girlfriends, you go home in your bed instead of maybe next time, which we'll probably end up doing is going away for a plotted amount of time instead of just kind of like hitting it here and there whenever we have time to actually get in the studio and prepare for it. So.
Well, the other thing that I think was beneficial about doing it over 3 different sessions over that amount of time was that you got to sit. I mean, it was bad because it took a long time, but it was good because you got to sit with the songs and really think about. Because sometimes when you hear you make a demo of the song by yourself, and then you go in the studio and they call it demoitis, and you get you try and make it because you're used to hearing the demo so much. You try and make it like that instead of just trying to like make it how the song should be. So then when you hear the song that you've recorded in the studio, if you've got it, then you'd be like, all right, well, let's go home and listen to it tonight and come back tomorrow or in a week and finish it. Then you're dealing with a much different scenario than like you've been listening to it for 2 months and now you're actually used to this version and you can say, I like that or I don't like that. It's 2 sides of a coin. Sometimes you just want to go with your gut and not second guess it too much. That can really, it can really hurt a record to second guess things too much. But I think in this case, it was able to give us an amount of time to let the songs kind of germinate, become what they needed
And
to
there's
be.
the whole idea your best song is your next best song. That's the next song.
I'm totally of the ethos of that for sure.
And you can change, and the song can change, after you put it
Yeah,
out.
just like if we were to re-record some of these songs we've had for almost a decade now, I don't know if I can say shit, we'd probably go in and re-record them. You know what I mean? Just because what they've grown to become.
Well, it's like what we did with City of Sound when we re-released City of Sound in 2014 last year. We put out a whole live disc with songs that we'd already put out before, and every live version is completely different from the record versions that we put out, you know, a couple of years ago. So all of our songs grow both in the studio and once they're finished in the studio, they grow in the live, you know, on stage.
The way that I kind of, in my mind, and I'm not speaking for the band, but the way I kind of think about songs is like, you know, in a lot of times it's just a snapshot of the song. But a lot of times you basically have an idea. The idea has this like period of growing and forming, and then, you know, the first version when it's like born is when it's out on the album, and then it has a whole life after that where it grows and changes and it sounds like what the people in the bands are listening to and practicing and doing, you know, in 2015, 2020, 2025. Like, each song is going to be different as we play it, because we don't strive to play it exactly the same way every time.
Well, I feel
It's
like
healthy to want to change it as well.
Yeah, the style you guys have seems pretty improvisational, like when you're on stage anyways. You get the opportunity to play with it. You know?
Yeah, well,
definitely.
it's just, it's mostly about, like, it's not about playing the right notes or the right exact part at the right exact time. I mean, there's a lot of that.
We do play the right notes.
It's
not like we're like
It's important to play the right notes.
But there's a lot of that, but
it's more to it than just that. Yeah.
yeah, but it's about serving the song. That's what it's about, the feel of the song at the time.
So as a band who's on the road like all the time, how did the writing process go? Like, did you guys just hole up in like the bathroom of the tour bus for a little while and just be like, yeah, this is what we're doing?
Tour buses would be nice. And I don't think anyone would ever want to hole up in a bathroom of one for any long period of time. But, you know, we you know, we're always writing when we're on the road, but it's a lot of times, you know, we'll write stuff individually or write stuff in small groups, and then we'll bring it to the band as a whole. And sometimes it gets brought in, you know, slightly done. Sometimes it gets brought in all the way done. So the songs all come in different ways. But we're always writing. Me and Andrew used to live together, and so Andrew always is writing when he's home. And it was really cool. I would know all the songs. He was like, "Hey, listen to this song I got." I was like, "I've been listening to that song for like
10 hours now. 10 hours today."
But I like it. You know, it allows me to get used to them for me too.
Right.
It allowed them to grow in my head as well. So that was always fun.
So where is home these days for you guys?
New Orleans.
New Orleans.
Yeah,
It's always where we pay rent. But we spend more time, or as much time at least, on the road.
Do you have any
It's
like
quicker.
special festivals that you guys are really particularly partial to during?
Jazz Fest is hard. I mean, we love festivals of all kinds, all shapes and sizes.
It's really interesting because for us, like, festivals in general seem like a home because bands and crew members and, like, you know, talent buyers work for multiple festivals over the course of the summer. So, you know, for instance, I saw someone this morning that I've seen, like, you know, 2 other times this summer, and I saw like 20 times last summer at different festivals.
Yeah.
So, you know, the festival community is like its, you know, own thing. So, you know, we always feel at home when we're at a festival because we always run into people we know. But
So how does like a like club show as opposed to a festival show differ for you guys?
It depends on. There's a multitude of things that go into it. It depends on how many times we've been there, what kind of draw we have, what time of the year it is. Are we coming off a show that we played really well? Do we have a lot of expectations coming into it? Festivals are nice because there's usually such an amalgamation of different kinds of music. You are more inclined to maybe get somebody you normally wouldn't have see your music. We're at a club show. 95% of the time that person is coming to see you unless they're friends like, hey, I'm going to drag out to see this band. So it's not that we work harder at the festivals, but I think there's a certain amount of energy, especially like in a daytime set like today, where you got to bring it because you never know who's out there. And that one guy could be the music guy where he's from and bring 100 people out next time he comes.
you know, that might be the one chance you have to win over that particular person.
And
You know, that may come to see you again if you're great and may not.
And it's, I mean, the other thing is, you know, at a club show, if we're headlining, you have, you know, assuming it's one of our shows, that's, we can kind of play as long as we want. And so songs every song will get a little bit more stretched out. In a festival, it's somewhat rare to get more than an hour, which feels like not a long time to us because we're used to playing a lot longer than that. And so you kind of have to pick and choose the set a little differently, and maybe we could choose a few less songs and really stretch them out like we do in our normal set. But in an hour, then we're only playing like 7 or 8 songs. So it's like, so we'd rather kind of showcase more different songs and stretch them out a little bit, just give them a live feel. And so there's that, and then the fact that, you get a 20-minute sound check as opposed to a 3.5-hour sound check.
I think today we had like a 5 or 10-minute sound check.
Shots.
It worked out well though.
I mean, you guys always bring it. And I mean, you've got this new album, Matt. Please, this is the time to plug it. Where do these fans find this album?
All right, this is
Go on our website.
Yeah, go to the Revivalists.com.
Go see the Revivalists in concert.
And click somewhere on the Revivalists.com and buy this record. And if you're
if you can't go there, you can find somewhere else, but we're not going to tell you where.
Yeah.
It's available other places.
But yeah, no, look how pretty this is. You open it up and it's got some pretty stuff, and it's got some more pretty stuff.
What color is that disc, Mike?
Yeah, this is
it's
the
like
new one, guys.
Do you know, do you have a personal friend who designed the artwork for that?
We kind of threw a ton of options out there. We nailed it down to one guy's name, Bobby Jeffries, and we liked his overall vibe better than anybody else's, and he was a winner. It wasn't like, man, we really need to use this guy. It was just we went through a ton of different options.
So you
threw
fan
out
sourcing or
options
something? You're just like, hey guys,
Yeah.
tell me what.
No, well, we thought about doing that, but what we did was we went, we band sourced it. We went. Everybody came up with artists that they found and liked.
Our concepts
and
were
intriguing.
We spent, probably a couple weeks.
Well, I've been keeping everybody out of this nice air-conditioned space for a little bit too long. There's only one thing that I have to ask of you guys for my purposes. The radio station I work for is WSLM. If you guys could just introduce yourselves one more time and just be like, keep your station tuned to WSLM.
What's WSLM?
WSLM. It's just keep your radio tuned to WSLM.
Okay.
We are the Revivalists.
Yeah.
Keep our.
We should just say we're the Revivalists.
Yeah.
You want to do a 1, 2, 3 all together?
Yeah.
Should we say we're the Revivalists first?
Yes.
Alright.
Alright.
We're the Revivalists.
You say, hey, how you doing? Da-da-da-da. And you keep your station.
Yeah. Hey, how you doing? We're the Revivalists. Keep your station tuned to WSLM.
I'll say
Alright.
WSLM.
All right.
Actually, just use what we just did. Us planning.
Ready, set, go.
Alright.
Hey, how you doing?
We're the Revivalists.
Keep your station tuned to WSLM.